for the world's first ever live sperm race today.
Eyewitness News reporter Tim Pulliam live in downtown Los Angeles. He's going to tell us what this is about. And Tim, I am confused.
Guys, did you know that we are living in the era of Olympic trials for sperm? Did you? Like, not Navy captains, not pirates, not men at sea. No, I'm talking full semen and beast mode, straight up seahorse cosplay, Trojan horse energy. And these swimmers aren't just racing, they're out here doing parkour in the fallopian finals. On April 25th, 2025, while I was trying to remember if I had eaten lunch or if I had just read about lunch online, a group of young men in Los Angeles said, you know what, let's make sperm competitive. Because men don't have enough things to compete for, I guess. The sperm weren't even asked. They just clocked in like, damn Doug, you two, guess we're up next. You know things are bad when reproductive cells have better hustle culture than your ex. And no, I don't mean metaphorically, like, oh, we're all sperm that won in the race of life. I mean, they actually put these sperm on the racetrack. It is truly, genuinely the Micro Olympics.
Competitors' sperm put into a microscopic racetrack.
They gave it a stadium. They gave it a fan base. They gave it announcers and a lineup. This was not satire. This was the first ever global sperm race, and unfortunately, no, it's not a metaphor. Here's how it went down. Two colleges, UCLA and USC, were represented, and no, not by athletes,
but rather by ejaculated contestants.
This was the matchup of the night. Male students from USC and UCLA.
Their sperm was analyzed, approved, and then placed on a 20-centimeter microfluidic racetrack that mimicked the female reproductive system. Which is crazy considering half these men still think a cervix is a Hogwarts house. They think ovulation is a perfume. They Googled fallopian and thought it was a Mediterranean dish. They crafted chemoattractant zones, aka hormone hot pockets, set the temperature to uterus core, and let them swim. And these swimmers swam like rent was due. One was chasing the other like they both owed each other back pay. That sperm had the energy of someone sprinting to cancel a hinge day mid-anxiety spiral. He saw emotional availability and hit the gas. You could feel the microscopic urgency, like they knew the egg had boundaries this time.
And then they're off. The sperm literally captured on this screen, swimming to the finish line.
Look at that determination. You'd think he was swimming towards a woman that actually says what she wants for dinner. So who exactly made this happen? Well, it was a group of young, ambitious men with startups and enough capital venture somehow to invent men's March Madness for motility, sponsored by Unchecked Ego and expired protein powder. Finally, a bracket that men actually care about that doesn't involve crypto.
Eric Zhu is one of the sperm racing organizers. With the help of wealthy investors, the 17-year-old Bay Area high school student and entrepreneur launching this epic competition to raise awareness on male fertility health.
The event was actually cooked up by the founders of a startup called
Sperm Racing.
How subtle. And you guys, through this race, they raised over $1 million in funding for a sperm track. And you know what? You gotta respect it. We can't get basic sex ed in schools, but these guys somehow got rich people to fund sperm fast and furious. Meanwhile, I'd be out here begging my insurance to cover a blood test.
Mysterious white stuff. Shooting from a water gun made this moment borderline raunchy and entertaining. Downtown LA's night scene exploding.
What do you expect? It's not downtown LA with a bit of that.
What the hell made you want to do this?
Valid.
When you really think about it, we all won our own individual sperm races to get onto this planet. So it's only fit that we make this a format that we could all watch and enjoy.
Build Olympics for sperm.
You thought I was joking about the Olympics? No, this man really said, I want to make the Olympics for sperm.
The general public doesn't talk about it because it's so taboo. It's always been associated with adult entertainment or something that's degenerate.
I mean, that's fair, because the way men treat their health, it's giving seasonal side quest. Men are out here treating their health like a free trial they forgot to cancel. They be out here approaching vitamins the same way they approach emotions, sporadically and with deep suspicion.
You want me to take a vitamin D every day? Nah, that's a scam. Definitely some female astrology bullshit.
Meanwhile, women are getting their cervix deep fried at the gynecologist annually and are doing full-on obstacle courses every single month of medical confusion just to be told, you're fine. Probably. I mean, hormones be wild, huh?
what we want to do is we want to make it more of like a sport or a different type of entertainment, but more of like optimizing biomarkers.
I fuck with optimizing the biomarket. Make men healthy. Ban beer if you have to. And so this whole thing was a best of 3 series because nothing says science like a bracket. USC's Tristan Wilcher won, defeating UCLA's Asher Proger and taking home $10,000 in prize money. And obviously Tristan celebrated. Imagine winning a sperm race and still texting, "What are you doing at 2 a.m.?"
In the end, the Trojan won. The Bruin got creamed.
He took home the 10 grand and probably still doesn't know what a pelvic floor is. But anyway, Asher the loser actually got slimed. It's giving Katy Perry. It's giving zoinked. Nickelodeon core. You lost the race and got baptized in public. Now that's spiritual humiliation. And you know what? That's exactly what I expected to happen because this is what takes place when bro culture meets reproductive biology. Also, some of the attendees showing up wearing little sperm suits saying #1 swimmer. They're really out here cosplaying their own sperm like a performance piece nobody asked for. This was the Met Gala for men who believe that multivitamins can in fact replace therapy, including those that fought. One Flintstones chewable and they think they're invincible. And apparently the competitors trained their mind, body, and spirit.
The contenders, who were handpicked out of dozens of young men, were given money each week to train their mind, bodies, and diets ahead of the viral, sold-out marathon.
Because nothing builds discipline like imagining your own sperm being live streamed across the entire globe. It's giving Sperm Bowl halftime show. And somewhere, Beyonce is watching this and filing a cease and desist on behalf of the Illuminati's dignity.
You know, it's a climactic story. It's called the Sperm Race, and it's young men putting their manhood to the test to see how fast their swimmers can go in front of a sold-out crowd.
Wow. It was sold out.
What a phenomenon.
Tim, I am confused.
So here's where I stopped clowning for like 12 seconds. Because the intention behind all of this is kind of valid. In case you didn't know, male fertility is actually declining, and a guy's sperm doesn't just determine the chance of a pregnancy. It can also greatly influence pregnancy complications, the health of the baby, and even the maternal health outcomes. So yes, we're mocking the event, we're mocking the marketing, we're mocking the sperm merch. We're mocking the fact that it had an MC, but we're not mocking the mission. We're not mocking fertility. But objectively, you can't look at all of this and not mock the fact that tech bros finally found a way to make biology about them. And I mean, it is time that men start tracking their swimmers the way that women track literally everything else. Ovulation, temperature, hydration, Mercury retrograde, the works. So yeah, turn it into a sport if that's what finally gets dudes to ask, should I stop microwaving plastic and eat a vegetable? One spinach leaf and a conversation with their mom would change the entire reproductive landscape. I kid you not, I literally just heard a conversation between 2 guys in the market, and one of them was like,
Trust me, bro. Kale, unlocked my chakras.
I mean, fine. We listen and we don't judge. If gamified healthcare is really what it takes, fine. Next up, a Coachella stage for colonoscopies. My main question is, how is there a high-res 40x Zoom live stream of sperm, but I got friends still complaining to me about how y'all can't find the clitoris? Y'all built a GPS for gametes, but still think that foreplay is just texting first. There is a full biomechanical course for sperm, but no one knows where the G-spot is? Be serious. How did we build a simulated fallopian tube obstacle course before we got men to know what a labia majora is? It's giving patriarchy, but with a GoFundMe. Apparently, the key to equity is just sperm, but make it a startup. And I want to know what happens to the losing sperm.
Yes, Doug, please exit the track. You've been benched by biology. Here's a juice box and a coupon for better life choices.
Look, this was funny, and it was also mildly terrifying. It was like watching Shark Tank meet sex ed, but like nobody washed their hands. I guess this is just what happens when men try and understand biology through vibes. But you know what? Above all else, it was so incredibly on brand for this current timeline. Because in 2025, the top trending event of the week was a microscopic testosterone showdown with big screens and slime. And the takeaway is clear. Men clearly need more science, more tests, more charts, more context. By this time next year, they're gonna be teaching anatomy like it's fantasy football in schools. You watch and see. I mean, to be fair, if we told them that testosterone levels affect beard growth and podcast performance, maybe they'd listen. Because, gosh darn female anatomy science, we haven't been studied enough. We've just been poked, prodded, experimented on, symptomatically treated, mapped, and turned into half-ass bar graphs since the dawn of Google. But when it comes to men, I mean, make it fun!
Nominated rapper Ty Dolla $ign also performed.
After all we know up until now is that they love podcasts, they don't drink enough water, and their sperm is currently on a racetrack in LA. So you know what? After everything, I say this with love. Let's keep racing. Let's keep researching. And let's keep sliming the losers with their own gastrointestinal reflection.
Go Trojans.
The organizers made history tonight. They say this is the first sperm race, but it will not be the last.